I think Melene becomes family, which is really awesome. She still checks in on us frequently. She knows that our end game is to be in Tennessee on property, and she's already like, oh, I'll connect you with realtors, and like sending us names. And so she's become family to us. And I think it's incredible to have that, especially because when we were in Whidbey, we didn't have our family, right? We were military, all our family's back in Indiana. So just to have someone who loved us and felt like that and checked in and cared for our whole family. Even Rosanelle, our daughter, she loved her and would just walk in and start reading books with her. Rosanelle called her Mimi, which was sweet. So it's just, Melene became family. And I think you don't get that. It was never felt like a business transaction with Melene.
I mean, even after I was on my first deployment and we had a leak pop up underneath the house, and Melene came over and made sure that the water was shut off on the street and that everything like that, and gave us or reached out to people to see who we could get for a plumber. So most realtors don't do that after they close. It's like, bye.
Yeah, never felt like that with her. She was always ready to be a resource and help us. And like if I needed help with the dogs when I was going into labor, she was willing to help across all fronts as a mama, as a realtor, as a friend. Mother's Day, she stopped by for me. I was home alone. He was gone on my first Mother's Day, and she just stopped in because she wanted to spend time. Yeah, she just became family, which is really awesome.
She's just there for you. She's actually, and then some. She's been so great. She was great during the process, but she's our friend now.
Yeah,
like
we consider each other friends. Like outside of this whole transaction, like I talk to her all the time. She's taking my husband to the ER.
Yeah, I had an emergency. It wasn't crazy or anything, but Kanani was off island. Melene left someone else's wedding to come and pick me up and take me to the hospital. I was just thrilled to do it, basically, for, and yeah, she's been there for us many times.
So kind and so considerate.
She just goes the extra mile for people, whether it's a client or a friend or a stranger, really.
Would you feel comfortable recommending Melene's services in the future?
I wouldn't feel comfortable not doing it. She's way too easy to get along with, way too fast. I wouldn't want anybody having a lesser experience than what we did. It was awesome. I didn't think it was going to be that smooth. I thought it was going to be kind of awkward, dealing with somebody with such a big purchase that you don't know, and do I trust this person? Are they really giving me the honest information I need, or are they just trying to make a sale? And she was very upfront about everything. It was mostly text because that's what worked for us. She asked what worked for us best. And I said, probably texting this day and age. I think the longest I had to wait for her to get back to me was an hour. And that's probably because she was with somebody else. So that's understandable, I suppose.
Just super personal. Really took time to get to know both me and Ed, but also we have two sons. She really took time to get to know them. Was flexible and just really made it a personal and an enjoyable experience. It wasn't all about the business. It was about having fun through the process, and we really appreciated that. I've looked at lots of houses since and feel like we really found the perfect one, and she kept showing us properties until we did find the sweet spot and had the exact house that worked for us.
We met Melene online, and when we started talking to her, she's just one of the most genuine. You get to feel that she was caring. That you were in the hands of somebody who really cared about what was happening. Just honesty as well, just about everything you wanted to know, just made us feel at peace. I would have actually paid a lot more for my house if it wasn't for Melene. We were gonna actually offer more, and she came back and negotiated a lower price. And in this market, it was kind of crazy to have that happen.
I relied on Melene a lot because I didn't know what I was doing. And she had all the answers. I was asking a lot of her, actually. Walked me through the process, helped me understand what the different steps were.
Every realtor I've worked with has promised me concierge service, white glove service, and things like that. They're always, it's a big financial transaction, so everybody promises that. But I have to say, of all the different realtors I've worked with, I preferred working with Melene the most. She was the most dedicated, the most reachable, and the most attentive to my own concerns and needs.
She will get the job done. I have no doubt. She is a hard worker, and she's nonstop. I mean, you could call her at 2 o'clock in the morning, and she will text you within like 2 seconds. Not that you should do that. Her communication was wonderful. She was so responsive. And that's what drew us to follow through. We actually connected with Melene on Redfin from California, We spoke with her on the phone and just had lots of really nice conversations. We were interested in certain properties, and she would go right out and find out information about them without even knowing if we were serious buyers. We were pretty much attached at the hip for the 5-6 days, and we just had a blast with her. She worked so hard, and I really don't know if you could find a harder working real estate agent.